Mary Gearan with ABC News. At the end of our first day of this sixth lockdown, we're being warned the state is in a precarious position with still no word on where our mystery infections have come from. There were 6 new cases in Victoria, 2 of those announced yesterday. All are linked to known cases, but none were in quarantine while infectious. That's off the back of more than 29,000 tests. And the list of exposure sites continues to grow, including 2 Virgin flights in and out of Melbourne yesterday. As the effects of another lockdown start to sink in, businesses have been thrown another $400 million lifeline from the state and federal governments to help small and medium businesses survive. Authorities are calling on Victorians to work together to drive down the Delta variant yet again. Nicole Asher begins our coverage.
Victoria's 6th lockdown got off to a frustratingly familiar start. Anti-lockdown protesters clashed with police in Melbourne. One officer was allegedly pushed over and kicked.
I have to say, though, kicking a police officer while he's down is a dog act.
Restaurants rallied as last-minute orders poured in.
It's been an extremely busy night tonight, and we're able to fit in probably maybe double what we'd normally do on a Thursday night.
Florist Liz Ritchie stocked up yesterday morning ahead of events planned for this weekend.
Number 6 is frightening because we don't know if people are exhausted of wanting to continually support businesses.
Today, there was a fresh offer of help.
We are announcing, in partnership with the Victorian Government, a $400 million support package for small and medium-sized businesses.
Grants of $2,800 to around about 95,000 businesses.
But gym operator Ben Lustig says he's still waiting on a business support payment from 2 lockdowns ago.
At this point, the majority of the earnings are actually going back to staff, just so that we can keep everything afloat.
Today's cases included a household member linked to Altaqua College, the housemate of a City of Maribyrnong case, and 2 more people related to the Maribyrnong outbreak, including a student at a Hoppers Crossing specialist school.
It's the first sensitive setting that we've seen in this latest outbreak, so obviously we're working closely with the school community.
There are now dozens of exposure sites, mostly in Melbourne's west, including supermarkets, a laundromat and a warehouse.
So why is all of Victoria locked down? The Premier should be targeting the hotspots, not targeting every single Victorian.
Victoria is in a precarious position when it comes to where this particular series of outbreaks are at the moment.
As Victorians prepare for yet another weekend of cancelled plans, authorities are warning the latest cases are of the Delta variant, and they've raised concerns the virus could already have seeded beyond the existing clusters. Nicole Asher, ABC News, Melbourne.
And Kristian Silva joins us now from Bourke Street in the city. Kristian, tell us, what are some businesses doing to stop food from going to waste?
Good evening, Mary. I'm here at the Salvation Army on Bourke Street, and it's nice to share a story of positivity among all the doom and gloom of our lockdown. Now, when the lockdown was announced late yesterday, a lot of hospitality businesses faced the prospect of throwing out their stock or going to waste for this weekend. But some businesses have been able to actually cook some of this food and donate it here to the Salvation Army. And this evening, this army of volunteers behind me have been busy handing out food to the homeless and those in need. So things like pizza and pasta and paella, some really great stuff. The restaurant owners also, it's something they can take out of this as a good thing amid such difficulties in this pandemic. Let's take a listen to one of the restaurant owners, John. He spoke to us earlier today.
The one positive that comes from this, we've sort of got time up our sleeve to do these sort of things and help out where we can. And like we said, just gives the staff real purpose. And you see their faces light up when they can come down and actually help out to do these things.
That is great news. And Kristian, there's been some back and forth today about possible infections in the northeast of the state. What's the latest there?
Yes, Mary. Well, one of the reasons we were told that the entire state would be sent into a lockdown yesterday was because of some positive wastewater detections in the Wangaratta area. Today, the local mayor came out and said that since that positive result, there'd been 2 further negative tests, and he'd been saying that perhaps this statewide lockdown was unnecessary and there was a bit of scaremongering going on from the government. This evening, the government's responded to that. They've reiterated the fact that there was a positive test in Wangaratta, and they say that these positive tests are only one of the reasons why the entire state needs to be locked down. They pointed to the last lockdown, lockdown 5, when cases very quickly spread out of Melbourne into the regional areas. And of course, the message for all Victorians during this lockdown is if there's any symptoms that you've got, to go and get tested as soon as possible. Mary?
Kristian, Silva, thanks for the update.